UB40 is een van de meest succesvolle bands op deze wereld. 100 miljoen albums zijn van ze verkocht. 32 keer een top 40 notering en 5 keer een nummer 1 plek. En vanavond spelen ze in de Rode Hal in Kerkrade. Zometeen een interview met de gasten Jimmy, Robin en Brian. Maar we beginnen, voor zover ze nog voorgesteld moeten worden, even met een muzikaal paspoort van UB40.
De reggae- en popgroep UB40 uit het Engelse Birmingham wordt op 1 januari 1978 opgericht door een stel werkloze vrienden die behalve hun jeugd ook een veel liefde voor reggae deelden. Tijdens hun bestaan heeft de band verschillende grote hits gehad, waaronder meerdere nummer 1 noteringen. Een paar bekende nummers van UB40 zijn I Got You Babe, Sing Our Own Song, Red Red Wine en Kingston Town. De band heeft een sterk multicultureel karakter, zowel muzikaal als qua afkomst. De leden hebben hun wortels liggen in Engeland, Schotland, Ierland, Jamaica en Jemen.
En hier zijn ze te gast in onze studio, de bandleden van UB40. Welcome.
Thank you.
Time repeats itself. We started in 1978. Dollar plunges, the unemployment rises at that time. How do you look back at that time frame in history?
Oh, God, wow.
Although it was a difficult time, for us it was the start of our life, really. You know, we hadn't done anything before that. We were just teenagers, and we started a band, and we had a hit record, and it took us off, and it was a tough time for many people. It was mass unemployment, especially where we lived, in Birmingham, which is a very industrial heartland of England. But for us, you know, we were having hit records and flying around the world, and so we look at it fondly, and you know, and it was a tough time for people. And it's the same again now. Yeah. It's gone complete circle round again now.
I mean, when we come from, normally, you know, you would go and do an apprenticeship maybe, or in a factory, because Birmingham was obviously an industrial city. But we didn't want to go that route, and it was good because not long after that, all that disappeared. All that manufacturing roots of Birmingham disappeared. So for us, it was a great choice to end up being in a band rather than working in a factory.
In 1978, you were not playing in a band, eh? You were picking up, making posters for the UB40 band.
Well, we'd started rehearsing. We used to rehearse it. We didn't have jobs. There was no work. So we rehearsed every day from 9 in the morning. We were really strict about it. Be there at 9, right through till 5. And we go out and put posters up with our name on the walls, because you know what happens if you don't promote? Yeah. Nothing.
Nothing.
And, so we took it very seriously. It wasn't a hobby for us. We really wanted to be professional musicians, and the only way to do that was to turn it into a living. You know, turn it into a real business. And music came first, of course. But yeah, it's been a wonderful journey. It still is.
Yeah.
It still is.
UB40, unemployment benefit form 40. That was the name at that time.
Mm-hmm.
A logical name.
Well, for us, it made total sense. You know, it wasn't calculated. It just seemed to make sense. We were all unemployed at the time when we formed the band, so for us to call ourselves UB40 made sense. It turned out to be a brilliant commercial decision, because there were 3 million people who wanted to know about us because of the name. You know. Yeah. But for us, it was a natural choice.
Okay, we jump a little bit in time. 1981. The first time in the Netherlands, first time here in Limburg, Pinkpop.
Well, not the first time.
Not the first time in the Netherlands, no.
First time to play Pinkpop, and it was probably the biggest audience we'd ever played to up to that date. So we were very nervous and very frightened all day, you know, scared to death.
Yeah? 300,000 people.
Oh, can we see that on the movie?
Sure.
Yeah? Let's go back to 1981.
Oh, no.
Guys, you were replacements that day, yeah? You know that? The Pretenders
Really?
Yeah. You were the replacements.
Well, we were
You'll be
touring
flown
with the Pretenders.
You will be flown in that day for this concert.
Is that true?
Yeah, you don't know
Yeah, we didn't know that.
No, they didn't tell us that. No.
Later that day, you had a jam session with Aaron Jury and Madness. You're still friends with
That's
Madness?
right. Yeah. When we seen them around,
Yeah.
we crossed paths. Yeah, they're good guys. They're lovely guys.
We've come across them a few times as we've been travelling, and we've partied with them a couple of times. So.
Yeah. Tonight, Kerkrade, the Rode Hall. A lot of fans have the night of the lifetime. How do you prepare on that show? It's business as usual, or is
Absolutely, it's the same as every show. We don't change the set for different countries or anything. We just play the set that we play, you know.
But tonight we're going to play a lot of new stuff that we haven't played before. Well, one gig we've done last week in Liverpool. We're going to play a lot of stuff from Getting Over the Storm and songs we haven't done for many years. And
I think sometimes as well, the idea of preparation for a gig sometimes is a bad thing. I would prefer to just get on the stage and do the show without thinking about it. I think sometimes when bands prepare, they make themselves nervous. You know, because they go through a ritual of preparation.
But are you still
that makes
nervous
them nervous.
after all these
No,
years?
not at all. No.
I mean, it's
all about rehearsal.
Yeah.
And, I mean, ask the handsome poets, I tell you. If you rehearse hard enough, you've got nothing to worry about. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Nerves come from not working hard,
from
not
not
knowing
being
your
ready,
material. You know.
Yeah, if you're not confident, you're not sure what you're doing, then you get nervous. But when
Anyway,
you've been doing it for
gigs
30
in Holland,
years, there's no nerves.
it's not a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Dutch people come to have a party and they sing along with all the songs and it's, you know.
It's
Jimmy,
always
how are you
a
doing? Because you were forced to cancel a few shows in the UK
Yeah.
due to RSI.
Yeah, down to age, I suppose. In the end, you know, I mean, when you get older, I didn't.
You're going to play tonight.
Definitely, yeah. No, it's not really a problem. It's just that you don't realise that as a drummer you get repetitive strain injury, and I never thought about it. You know, and a drummer with repetitive strain injury is like what use? Completely useless. You know, so you have to do something to compensate for moving in one direction for too long. You have to move in another direction and do therapy and exercise. But yeah, no, it's not a problem.
Okay. Then last week, Astra left the group.
Yeah.
What was your reaction?
Shock.
Well,
Surprise.
we found out on the radio. We found out on the radio.
Disappointment?
And,
He didn't tell you?
No.
We found out on the radio. But there that's life. I mean, there's a lot of us in UB40. It's a band. It isn't. It's never centred around one person, you know. And it truly is a band. You know, a very democratic band. He's left. He didn't write any music. He never wrote anything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Wrote a few words now and then. But
Then UB40 is in a media spotlight, and Astra says, yeah, UB40 is a rudderless ship. That hurts.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
Well, it does.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it's also rubbish, you know.
Yeah. Why it's rubbish?
Well, we have a manager, we know what we're doing, we've just got a new album out. How can we be rudderless? We know exactly where we're going and what we're doing, so...
I mean, he hadn't been contributing really for quite a long time, so I figured that maybe the rudderlessness was more about him rather than the band, really.
Yeah. Is there a replacement?
No.
No. Well, I mean, you know, in the end, he hasn't really done any songs since Rat in the Kitchen.
He didn't do enough to be replaced.
Yeah. There's no point.
Let's get this on the level.
Something completely different. Now, what's your most favourite number tonight you're going to play?
The new songs from the new album.
Yeah.
Getting
It's
Over the Storm,
always the new material.
Always new
You
material.
always want to play the new material for your fans, to get a reaction you know, from the fans.
Yeah, you put some country boots
It's
on
always
it.
the latest stuff.
I have a question. Just how is the groupies? Are they changed the last years or?
Yeah, they get more
Totally-
beautiful as they get older.
Really?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
They're still on the younger age or?
I don't know. Maybe we better ask our wives.
Come on, guys. Serious television here. Getting over the storm. You put some country boots on.
It certainly isn't country music. They're country songs, but it's still UB40 music, and it's still a reggae album. You know, there is still guitar on it.
There is a marriage between country and reggae.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, there's a historical marriage between country and reggae, you know, that goes back 30, 40 years, you know.
Okay.
But you know, in Jamaica, you know, everybody's got a Jim Reeves album. You know, seriously, the country music's kind of so close to Miami, you know, and the airwaves are all coming over. So,
But it's a reggae album. It's not a country album. It's a reggae album with country influences.
Okay, but are the covers of Willie Nelson?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
a personal tribute to him?
Oh, we love Willie. We met him once
on
a truck stop in America. We were in a truck stop, and this guy came on that looked like an old hippie, and turned out to be Willie Nelson.
He came on, and he
say hello, and he came and shared the script with us.
On your internet site, you say we love 2014. 2013 is almost at the end. What will bring 2014?
We've got a lot of work coming up. A hell of a lot of work.
You're going to have a tour?
Yes, most definitely.
We've got American dates, South African dates, a British tour, dates in France.
14 concerts in the British tour. Is that a sort of coming home feeling?
We've come, not really. No,
it's what we do every few years. It's nothing new. It's the same that we always do.
Yeah.
Okay.
We love it, I mean, live is where I find it is the most exciting part of being in a band, is playing live.
That's what it's all about,
How about the fans? We have one fan, he has a tattoo of UB40. Okay, we show it to you.
Yeah.
It's
normal?
I don't want to know where that is.
Is that there?
It's on the chest.
On the chest.
He's over there somewhere, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in the audience at this moment, but is that usual?
Where's the tattoo?
Yes, we've seen many tattoos. Over the years, many people, men and women, have had tattoos of
very strange
of
places.
in some very strange places, yes. Yes.
Which one?
Some very interesting.
Is it too early in the day for this? We can't really be talking about this.
Mocht u ze nog missen, je kunt ze ook nog gewoon bekijken in Haarlem, Tilburg en in Steenwijk.
Thank you.